Okay, if you have a question for Coach, please raise your hand in the participant window. Any questions for Coach? Austin Hanson.
Hey, Fran, how encouraging is it to see the young guys produce out there tonight? What does that tell you about the future of this team after this year?
I thought it was great. I love that group. They're really competitive in practice. They're incredibly positive every day. I'm just excited for them. I was excited to see them out there. And, they're obviously going to get their opportunity.
Tom Kaker.
Fran, I saw a guy come down on CJ's leg a little bit. You got any update on him?
Yeah, a little bit sore. So we'll see how he is tomorrow.
Mark Emmer.
Yeah, Fran, I guess how important was Jordan Bohannon's three-point shooting tonight for what you guys did, especially in that first half?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you have a player make 8 threes in a game, it's probably going to be a good thing for everybody. I thought he was tremendous, moving the ball defensively, and then taking shots when he was open and really moving well without the ball. We played him with the ball. We played him off the ball. And once he gets going, we were looking for him and we found him. Guys did a really good job of that. So really impressive performance by him, but great job by our guys getting it to him.
Chad.
Hi, Fran. Obviously, Patrick was a big time recruit, your son, and just to see what he did tonight, do you think he could be a bigger, factor in your plans as you head towards the postseason here?
Well, especially, without Jack. I mean, Patrick Keegan and Joe Toussaint really, and we saw that, I thought, on Sunday, Chad, and tonight it was a little bit different kind of game. He was terrific, but he was great in both halves. So was Keegan, so was Joe T, and then, of course, Tony Aaron got a shot. It's great to see Chris Murray get into the activity along with Josh, because we're going to need those guys at some point as well.
Scott Docterman.
Fran, you scored 25 points off Nebraska's turnovers. What did you think of the way your defense performed?
They run really good stuff. They spread you out and they hit cutters. I thought our ball pressure and our attention to detail, when you're playing a team that keeps the post open, you got to get over, you got to get back, you got to get in front of the cutters, or get your arms out, triple your width with ball pressure. We got turnovers, we got deflections, and that, of course, led to transition opportunities at the other end.
Chad.
With CJ, could he have gone if he really had to, or were you trying to be cautious with him?
He probably would have said he wanted to go. I'm not sure he was ready to go. He's a pretty tough kid. He would have pushed through, but he was a little sore. Yeah, he was hurting.
David Eichel.
Yeah, Fred, I know you kind of touched on this, but I think it was after you guys fouled the three-point shooter, you got after your reserves a little bit. How pleased were you that they were able to come out and respond in the way they did?
Well, it's hard sometimes because Chris Murray's a really good player. And, and you come off the bench and you're trying to do your job and you're trying to remember where to go, and all I was doing was challenging him to just be who he is. Go dunk the ball, block a shot, drive the ball. If you miss a shot, run back. Just be physical. take advantage of that great frame that you have. I mean, he walks right out of the timeout, gets an offensive rebound, and then dunks the ball. But I thought Tony going down the lane and trying to dunk the ball with that kind of aggressiveness, that's what I want to see from those guys. I thought he was terrific. I thought Aaron Eulis was really good driving the ball. I mean, he has 4 assists in 11 and a half minutes. So all those guys really performed well. And what I wanted them to understand is you have an opportunity to play, you make the best of it. We're trying to get better. There was 9.5 minutes to go or whatever it was. We're going to get better in these 9.5 minutes. We're not going to trade baskets. We're going to play defense the way we worked on it. We're going to play offense the way we worked on it. We're going to share the ball the way we talk about it. And they did that. Really proud of the guys.
Okay, we have time for 2 more for Coach. Scott Docterman.
Yeah, along those lines, Fran. I mean, Nebraska had won 2 straight, looked pretty good in doing so, and in games like this, sometimes you get in a point where you're trading baskets, and it kind of gets into a quagmire of sorts. But your team didn't let that happen. What did you think of their response and their ability to continue to put the foot on the gas, especially on offense?
Yeah, you're right. I would say they won 2 in a row, but I would say the last 7 games, I thought Fred's done a terrific job. Those guys are playing really well. They're right there in every game. And then to, take a team like Rutgers and beat them by 30, that was impressive. So clearly those guys are still competing. So our guys have to understand they have really talented individual players. They run a unique offense, and they mix defense as well. They play a little matchup, little switching man, little man. They crowd the post. So it's the whole package of understanding what the game plan is for this team and getting the productivity that we did out of everybody. So it was a really good job, really impressed with our intensity level and our focus and concentration.
Okay, last question, Tom Caker.
Fran, Connor had 7 assists in the first half. Just seemed to be finding shooters everywhere. Just talk about his play. Just seemed to run the offense really smoothly.
Yeah, I thought he was great. He's a guy, he's going to reckon it. We had Luka going, we had Weezy going at the latter part of the second half. Bohannon was going. That's his job. He had some open looks, made one. I thought a bunch of them were halfway down. But the way he moves the ball and the way he understands how we have to do that really puts pressure on the defense and gets our guys buckets and gets them involved. And it was fun to watch. And he's just a winning player. He understands how to win.
Okay, thanks for your time, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
We'll have Jordan Bohannon next.
Oh, shit. Those 2 of them.
Okay, if you have a question for Jordan, please raise your hand in the participant window.
Wait, hold on a second. Oh my gosh. Yeah. There we go. All right. I think we're good. Wow.
Here we go. Okay, first question, David Eicholt.
Yeah, Jordan, I know we asked you about your journey quite a bit, but I mean, to go out there and hit 8 threes tonight, knowing everything that you've gone through, I mean, how good it just feel to get so hot from 3-point range?
Yeah, I felt really well, knowing that a lot of the work that I put in, the last, year and a half, there's been, a meaning behind it. I put up a lot of shots, through injury, through after rehab, and I know my teammates still have the confidence in me to be, one of the best shooters in the country, like I know I am, is, it's awesome to have. And, our chemistry is really high as a team. They were finding me tonight. Got out transition a couple of times and, trying to find my shot like I always do in transition. It was huge to, start off well to be able to hit that many threes tonight.
Mark Emmert.
Yeah, Jordan, you mentioned you getting out in transition and shooting those threes. Obviously, you had a lot of confidence tonight. I guess what goes into that? When do you know that it's going to be a night where you're really going to force the issue there and take a lot of deep threes, and when you're not going to do that?
Yeah, no, I always try to, push it in transition. If I have a shot, I always take it. I think that what makes our break so special is my ability to, change sides of the floor and, look for my shot. It opens up the floor to all our other shooters, and, the defenders have to come out far on me, and I'm able to, penetrate in transition and, draw a couple guys and kick it out to Weezy or CJ or Luka or, rotating back around and finding Luka back in the post. That's what, my ability to be able to shoot the ball, creates so much opportunity. And that's something I've always tried to utilize, as a point guard to, use my shot as an advantage to, load up other guys. And, if I need to shoot the ball certain games to, help our team win, that's what I need to do. If I need to load guys up and get a lot of assists, that's what I need to do as well.
Chad.
Hi, Jordan. Did you guys have to talk at all this week about making sure you didn't, I guess, come out flat in this one, knowing what Nebraska had done, or is it? Did you see this performance coming?
Yeah, I mean, it was mentioned a couple of times, knowing that what Nebraska has done the past couple of games. They've been playing really great basketball. Really well coached with Coach Hoiberg. And a lot of the guys are starting to come together on that team right now, and we knew we had to buckle down and come together tonight to be able to pull off this win because they're playing really great basketball, and we have to continue to try to put ourselves in a good position to make a run in the tournament, and this is a big game for that.
Tom Caker.
Jordan, was it their defense that allowed you guys to get so many open looks from three, or was that the game plan thing that you guys kind of figured out? And what was better, the Ash floater or the Josh's dunk at the end?
Ash's floater was probably better because he looked back and at the ref and wanted to end one foul call. I don't think he got hit, but he wanted a foul call. So I don't know about that one, but I think we knew coming into it that they were going to play in on Luka. So skip passes were going to be there, driving kicks were going to be there. And that's what we did in the first half. But honestly, I think it starts with our defensive, how well we did on the defensive end tonight. We were able to get stops and able to get out in transition. And, whether I had a three or we're throwing up to, Patrick or throwing it to Weezy ahead and driving from that way, we were able to just get stops in defensive end. That led us to a lot of points after that.
Grant Becker.
Jordan, you guys have put yourselves in a position now where a win on Sunday or a loss by Purdue or Ohio State on Saturday gets you the double bye in the Big Ten tournament. I mean, before the season, we talked about kind of the possibilities of this team, and here we are at the finish line and one of the best Big Tens of all time, and you guys are right here at the top, chance to finish third in the regular season, make a run in the postseason here. Have you taken a moment to kind of look at the big picture of all this time you spent in Iowa, kind of building to this moment, and what's on the table for you guys here in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, for sure. When I got here, the team before us had a great season, and that they thought they were going to get to the Final Four, and they kind of set the bar for my class coming in, and knowing that I'm the only 2016 guy coming back this year, and knowing what that class did before me, kind of realizing that we kind of just continue raising the bar and understand that, this Iowa team is going from, being a bubble team and people wondering about what seed we might get or whether we're going to get in the tournament. Now people are debating whether we're 1, 2, 3 seed. And it just shows, how much this group has come together and continue to raise that bar and understand that, the guys coming in, whether that's next year, that this is the new standard here. And I think it's pretty special to, have that opportunity to, put ourselves in that position.
Scott Docterman.
Yeah, Jordan, in some ways there's some nice symmetry because I think your oldest brother's final home game or senior day was against Wisconsin in his building. Now it were with Wisconsin against Iowa in his building, and now it's vice versa. You're playing Wisconsin in your senior day. Have you given any thought to just how special it is to end your career at Carver Hawkeye Arena against a team that two of your brothers called home for so many years?
Yeah, it's kind of poetic to think about that and understanding that Wisconsin's going to be my last game here. And But man, it's been an unreal journey. I don't know. I wake up every day being thankful for the opportunity I've been put in. Coach McCaffrey was one of the few coaches in the entire country to, believe in me and believe my abilities. And that says a lot about how he's able to recruit guys. He made it his mission once he got here to get Iowa guys. And a guy like me just wanted to have that chance to play for, their dream school. And I've tried to make the most of every single day. I wake up and go to practice, go to games, and just trying to do what I can to make this jersey be better for the person that comes after me. And forever grateful for that. And what Luka's done has been unreal. And just go down the line of the recruits that Coach McCaffrey has gotten, it's just been truly special. All the teammates I played with, the tremendous memories I've made with all of them. Just truly grateful. And, it's hard to put in words. I guess I'll be a lot more emotional next game, but for now, I just kind of try to do a little more reflecting.
Okay, we have time for two more for Jordan. Mark Emmert.
Yeah, Jordan, obviously you could only watch last year when you went over to Nebraska and made 4 of 33 3-pointers and they smothered Luka. Was that part of your thinking coming in this game in terms of wanting to get hot from 3 early to make sure that didn't happen again?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think knowing what I was watching at home last year and seeing what they were doing last year, I knew that kind of was going to be the game plan this year again. Sag off a couple of guys that aren't as great shooters as Weezy, myself, and CJ, and just try to have the 3 ball beat them. And I think coming in, I kind of had that mentality knowing that I was going to get some open looks tonight and my teammates were going to find me. If I'm able to knock them down, it's going to be huge for our success moving forward in the game. But like I said at the beginning, I think it starts with our defensive end, and we set the bar right when we got the first 4 minutes. That they didn't score the first 3 minutes. We didn't score either, but knowing that what we've been doing on defensive end the last 5-6 games has been really special.
Okay, last question, Chad Leistico.
You're not going to live it down if you lose to Wisconsin on Sunday, right? Do you guys view yourself in postseason mode right now?
Yeah, I think anytime you get down to, the last 3-2, final game of the Big Ten conference schedule, you kind of realizing, okay, it's time to buckle down even more and knowing, what's at stake. Every possession always matters. It's always the next possession is always the most important in the season. But, looking now that there's way more at stake, way more pressure, way more burden on each possession. And I think knowing what we have at stake and the opportunity we have at hand, we can solidify ourselves as one of the best teams in the country going into the tournament. And that's something that hasn't been done in a long time at Iowa. And knowing that just shows, the kind of character in the room, the sacrifices we made this season, and moving forward, knowing, how much more motivation that provides everyone on the team to really make something happen that hasn't been done here in a long time. And I think moving forward, that's our motivation, our mentality, and continue to have that mentality moving forward.
Okay, thanks for your time, Jordan.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, we have Patrick McCaffrey at the dais. If you have a question for Patrick, raise your hand. First question comes from Chad Leistico.
Okay, I'm just going to get it out of the way early. What happened there at the end when you came out of the game? And did you just get sick on the floor or what?
Yeah, I mean, stuff like that's been happening to me ever since high school. I just kind of it kind of overwhelms me for a second. I'll go throw up, and in high school I used to go throw up and I wouldn't even sit back down. I'd just walk right back in the game. Tonight, obviously, I didn't have to do that, but yeah, no, it's just kind of something that I've always had to deal with. Happens in practice, stuff like that too. But it's just kind of something that we're working around and trying to figure out.
Mark Emmert.
Yeah, Patrick, when was the last time you got that hot in a basketball game? And I guess how good did it feel to see those 3-pointers keep falling?
In a game, probably since high school, especially from 3. But I've gotten like that. I've gotten like that in practice and other times like that. But I mean, it's something other. I was talking to Wheezy after the game, and he was just like, "It feels good, doesn't it?" I was like, "Yeah, man. Now I know how it feels to be him every game." But yeah, it feels really nice to kind of get in the zone like that. And it's kind of like everything I put up out there, I thought was gonna go in. So it's just kind of the mentality I have to have with every shot, no matter whether I'm feeling good or not. Just kind of keep moving forward that way.
David Eichel.
Yeah, Patrick. I mean, you guys' defense is undeniably it's been pretty solid over the last month. I mean, what's been the biggest change for you guys? And as a bench, have you guys sort of rallied around Jack Nungy after his injury?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like Jack is such a huge presence on our team, especially on the defensive end. He's really got an offense too. I mean, you've seen him make threes and everything like that, but he's also such a really big tool on the defensive side of the ball for us, whether it's his ability to block shots and rebound. So Keegan and I both knew that we needed to step up our rebounds since Jack's been out. And I can't even talk about how I feel for Jack. It's just beyond upsetting for everybody. I mean, nobody deserves to go through what he's went through. He's one of the best people I've ever been around ever. And it just kills me to see what he's going through.
Chad.
Hey, Patrick, I know you've been around this program a long time, but what have you seen from the veterans on this team to be able to put together a business-like performance like this against a team that had been pretty hot?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just kind of been our mentality all season, and that starts obviously up top with the guys like Connor, Luka, J-Bo, and it just starts with them. Just kind of no matter how, like, whether we win a bunch of games, whether we lose a couple games in a row, like that's just kind of been our mentality. We're gonna play and we're gonna beat whoever shows up in front of us, and so that's kind of been our mentality all year. Like we're not gonna get too high, we're not gonna get too low. My dad says that all the time, and our seniors have really kind of set the tone since day one. It's a long season, man. So it's just something that we got to work through. And there's going to be bumps in the road. There is with everybody. So we just got to push through those and fight through adversity.
David Eichel.
Yeah, Patrick. I mean, obviously everybody knows how close you and Joe T are. I mean, I think it would have been easy for him over the last few weeks to be down on himself or hanging his head, but he's put together two really solid performances. I mean, just what have you seen out of him just on a personal level?
I'm so proud of him, man. That's my brother. Like that's my guy. So anytime he has any amount of success at all, I'm always ecstatic for him and I know he's the same way with me. That's just the type of bond that we have. So it feels really good to see him kind of have that success. He went through a stretch where he wasn't necessarily doing all the right things, but he's really rallied around. He could have easily, kind of tanked it in, pouted. Like he could have easily transferred, done whatever. You see a lot of that stuff nowadays, but he just stayed, he kept working, he came to practice every day with an open mindset, ready to work. He never let it linger. And I always appreciate it because it'd be easy for him to kind of hold it against me just because of who my dad is and whatever's going on with him. It could be really easy for him to do that. And he never has. And that's something that I really appreciate, and that he's able to kind of separate our friendship from whatever he feels going on with the court. And, that's something that really means a lot to me. And that's my brother, man. I love that kid to death.
Okay, we have time for one or two more. Scott Dochterman.
Yeah, what was it like to see guys like Austin and Michael and Josh get into the game and have some success late in the game? Because I'm sure you're excited for them that they finally had a chance to play and make a couple shots.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get to see those guys go in the game, it obviously feels really great. Those guys come to work every day, especially since, not saying Josh doesn't come into work, but Michael and Austin have been here 4 years. Those guys come to work every single day and do whatever it takes to help our team, even if it means even though they know they're not going to play that much. And they're gonna they're really loud on the bench. They're in tune with everything that's going on. They're talking to us, in media timeouts and everything like that. And so obviously, anytime you get to see them have any success on the court, it makes everybody feel really good because we know everything that they go through off the court and that they're able to help us with and everything and how valuable they are to our team. So anytime you get to see them have any success, it's incredible to watch.
Okay, seeing no more questions. Thank you for your time, Patrick.
Thanks, guys. Okay, that'll do it for player interviews tonight.
we will see everybody on Sunday.